There are two famous quotes: success leaves clues, and history tends to repeat itself, that can be used to help us see into the future of marketing and let us know how we need to adapt so that we can stay relevant tomorrow. Hi, my name's Katie Thomas. I'm a CPA, and for 8 years I've run Leaders Online, a digital marketing agency that helps accountants increase their impact, influence, and income. We work with firms all over the US. Some are small, some are large in the top 100, so we see a lot. We see what's working, what's not. And one of the things that is top of mind for everyone right now is AI. Specifically when it comes to AI, how is that going to impact marketing? There's been big changes. And today I want to go over what those changes are, but more specifically, how they apply to the future of your firm and the success of your marketing. The first thing you need to understand when it comes to making sure that you are relevant with your marketing is recognizing that searching for an accountant no longer just starts on Google. A lot of times starts with AI, and I recently did a video all about how to show up on AI, but essentially you need to find out where you are in terms of showing up on AI now. No longer are people just going to Google and saying, help me find an accountant near me. They're going and using these AI platforms to do the search for them. And when they're doing that search, they're getting super specific. For example, find me a CPA that specializes in real estate investors, is proactive, modern with technology, and works with businesses around 5 million in revenue. This allows them to be extremely specific with their search, and AI is able to deliver them a really close match to exactly what they are looking for. Now, what this means for you is you have to be asking yourself, okay, does AI understand exactly what my business does, who I serve, how I help them, what that looks like in terms of working with them, in terms of our processes? Is our expertise obvious? What about our pricing? We need to make sure that AI can understand all these things. And once we're sure that AI can understand these specifics, then we can go into, okay, am I showing up on AI? The next thing to consider is how people want to interact with your content, including your website. OpenAI just released new voice models. And why is this? Because people like using voice. They like to have just a conversation, say, with ChatGPT, be able to talk to it while they're driving, while they're on a walk, while they're at their computer. I know I barely ever type to these chat applications anymore. I just talk to them. And what this means for you is to look at history, which that's happening right now. People, they like talking to these applications. What this means for you, my prediction is that this is going to soon apply to your website. As I said at the beginning of the video, success leaves clues, and OpenAI releasing more voice models is a clue into the future, combined with the history of people like myself. We naturally just want to talk to our phones and these applications without having to type. And this isn't just for me. I'm hearing this from a ton of other professionals that I speak with as well. People are going to want to just go on your website and say, what services do you offer? They don't want to even go to a service tab eventually. They just want to talk. Yes, that might still need to be there if they want to, but ultimately a lot of people, I believe, are just going to want to chat. They want to be able to ask, what's it look like if I become a client? What's pricing? What's onboarding like? And that means for you, you need to start gathering together all of this information and be prepared for this new way that people want to actually interface with you online. And voice is going to be a large part of that. Mark my words. Number 3 is people consume your firm before ever working or speaking with you directly. So they have access to social media. They have access to podcasts. They have access to Google reviews. They have access to so much information. And now with AI, they can ask it to go gather all of that for them. So it's super easy for them to really consume you as a firm and as an individual before they've ever actually met you or given you a chance, which means that you need to be strengthening all these different outlets even more. You need to be posting on social media. You need to be gathering Google reviews. You need to be getting on podcasts. You need to be in these places. So now this way, when someone is using any of these AI tools, it can easily pull that information into the application and give it to the person asking about you. Plus, they feed strong trust signals that the AI application is making a good recommendation. The fourth thing that you want to understand is that AI is going to pre-educate your prospects in a way that they are way more prepared than ever before. So you need to be prepared for your prospect to have already asked and gathered information around questions like, what should I expect to pay? Or what tax strategies should I be asking my tax accountant about? Or do I need a cost segregation? Or what's normal for CAS pricing? All of these questions, your prospects are going going to be becoming a lot more pre-educated, which means a couple of things. One, you need to be prepared for these questions ahead of time and also have some knowledge around maybe the common misconceptions. Just because this person was pre-educated doesn't mean that they were educated the right way. We've all seen all of those videos on, say, TikTok, that it's just bad tax advice. So I think that we're going to see a lot more just misinformation spread, and also people believing that a certain case applies to them whenever they don't know all the nuances of it. That is the first thing to consider. The next thing is that you are going to want to be answering these questions up front in your content so that when, say, someone books a call with you, they can get already a lot of these questions answered. This could look like getting a series of videos before their call answering these questions, or just an email answering them, or even just your content that you post on social media platforms is answering a lot of these questions up front and pre-educating people before you're actually on the phone with them. Number 5 is that your first impression is happening without you. I've said for years now that you have a brand whether you intentionally are creating that or not, so you might as well go out there and intentionally create it. For example, if you're not posting on social media, that doesn't mean you don't have a brand. It's just you're not actively trying to shape the way that people are perceiving you. Now with AI, it's even more important because let's say that there are two firms and one, it posts a lot of content online. AI has a lot of context that they're a great firm. Another has nothing, right? And someone's using one of these AI tools and they're asking for an accountant. If they're asking for an accountant and they're comparing the firm that has all this information available about what they do, how they work with clients, they have reviews, and then there's the other firm, pretend that's you, that you have nothing, that AI platform is going to absolutely not recommend you if you have nothing. They have no basis to. And the more and more people are using AI and they're turning to it for advice, you've got to get with the times. So make sure that you are helping control and influence that first impression. This doesn't mean that you can have full control over it. Unfortunately, we don't. We never do have full control over people's impression of us, but we can definitely be playing an active role in shaping that perception. And that's the key there. Number 6 is human trust is bigger and will be bigger than ever before. I heard a guy named Brock Johnson say that we are in a trust recession, and it's only getting worse, in my opinion, with the influx of everything is becoming basically AI generated. I know for myself, even with say podcasts, I used to love solo episodes and I still like a few, but for a lot, many of these people, they've done one of two things. One, they've just outsourced it completely to have AI clone their voice, and their podcast now isn't even them recording it. It's just a robot. And I find that personally, as someone who likes to consume podcasts because I really like that person, I just find myself no longer consuming it. Or 2, they're still recording it, but they have outsourced the script so much to one of these AI platforms that I even know what platform they're using because of how scripted it sounds. And that's happening everywhere. People are just now seeing so much AI junk out there. So the more willing that you are to show up and be like, look, this is who we really are. It's me. I'm a person. I'm a human. This is not just AI slop, AI junk. That is going to be like, wow, this is so refreshing. It's really a real person. And my prediction with all of this is that these platforms, they have really good algorithms. So if they see someone is just posting a bunch of AI slop and people are no longer engaging with it, consuming with it, they're going to no longer start showing that person's content. So of course you want to build trust. You want to be a real human online, but if you want longevity of your marketing and of your content to work for you, then you also need it to show up and get in front of people. And my prediction on all of this is that it doesn't really matter that you used AI to create it as much as the person on the other end just says, this is AI, I don't like it. And the algorithm's, okay, this is junk, we're not going to show it. So for longevity, no, you should be showing up as a real human online. There is a time, there is a place for AI and how it can fit into your marketing strategy and remain authentic to you, but just outsourcing it, that's not going to get you anywhere. Now, if we look at all of these changes in marketing, thinking about the future of marketing, content is really the infrastructure of it all. And that's my final point. Content is the infrastructure to all of this. All the content that you're posting, you're putting out there, including the reviews that you're getting, they all feed up into you actually showing up when people are going to these AI search results and getting your name out there. Your content is helping you build credibility on social media because you're showing up as a human. It's helping you pre-answer those questions that you know that your prospect is searching for answers to. It's helping you show up to the call prepared because when you're posting content, you'll get comments and feedback from people that are engaging with your content. Content is the infrastructure to everything, with you as the human behind it. So that is how you can remain relevant as marketing continues to change and adapt with AI. Stay a human and create a lot of great content that answers questions, not just in terms of educational type questions, but also in terms of your service delivery, your pricing, and so forth. The thing about all this is none of it is necessarily new or novel. Sure, people getting information from AI is new, but the fact that people want to work with someone that is trustworthy, that's not new. The fact that people have questions, that's not new. The fact that people want quality answers, that's not new. It's just that the delivery of that information has to be slightly altered. Now, if you like this video, please like this video before you click off, and be sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss my next video, and I'll catch you then. Bye now.